Hi, thanks for watching this video. This is a quick run through of the prototype for Agile Dojo, which is a learning hub for the Agile community. So it's a platform for sharing knowledge and collaboration. And I'm just going to run through it very quickly. My name is Alan Furlong, and the reason I was asked to build this initial prototype is because one of my businesses in the past was actually a successful online learning platform for the small and medium-sized business community. So I've had experience in this area. So Agile Dojo is really about trying to create a place for individuals to come to learn, but also for people like you or me who spend a lot of time working with the Agile community to put some of our best knowledge here, and as a consequence, have the opportunity to raise our own profiles within the Agile community. So it's a real win-win. The website is sort of, there are four main sections in the website. So Agile leadership here on the left, Agile culture, certified training, and live training. So this is the home page of the website. I'll just run through it very quickly. This area will be for the most popular topics. So the bits of training that are most popular with the community will end up on this homepage, and that really attracts new eyes, new visitors. It delivers value up front, which is incredibly important, and it is stuff that they really want. This is information they really want, really need, and we're highlighting some of the best stuff on the homepage. Just below that is an area called social proof. These are testimonials or stories from people who end up using the platform. And the most important thing about these stories is that they reflect our community. So the diversity of the community should be reflected in these stories. And as you've probably just seen, for a little bit of a laugh in this prototype, I've actually put George Clooney there. You never know, he could become an Agile genius. So the key question when people land on this homepage are, well, what are my learning options? If I'm a manager of a team of 6 or 7 people, or I've got 3 teams of 6 or 7 people, and I'm feeling a little bit under the pump, what are my learning options? So the kind of 4 main options. The first one is learning pathways, and that's building your skills one step at a time. Now, this is stuff that many of you in this community understand. So we start with the basics, and from the basics we get to the intermediary skills and then to advanced. Now, in each of those steps, there's probably, let's say for Agile leadership, there's probably seven training videos on Agile leadership basics, for example. So that's a kind of learning pathway. Quick tips, tools, and techniques. These are actually really important and of enormous value. So if you are, for example, leading a team and you have your first Agile meeting, it would be great to go somewhere and get a quick sort of 7-8 minute video that says, this is the ideal way to run an Agile meeting. So, really practical, solid stuff that people can genuinely use in their day-to-day work. That is massive value, and that's why we put this section here on quick tips, tools, and techniques. Certified training is about building professional skill over time, and there are a number of you wonderful people who deliver certified training on behalf of the Agile Business Consortium. And in live training, which is something that we'd all like to see more of. We all know that live training is the ideal. It has the most resonance with people, but actually this platform is designed around what we call blended learning, so that there is, not just live in person, but perhaps you can do live webinars, and those live webinars support some of the learning that you deliver in video and downloadable PDF. This is a great quote by Steve Jobs about great things in business are never done by one person, they're done by a team of people. And that's really the essence of this community hub, that it's a community effort to support the individuals out there doing the work of Agile, and in sort of fair exchange, we as providers are also getting more eyes and more organizations seeing some of our best work. So um, this is very important, learning delivered to any device 24 hours a day. I think that's part of the way that the world is now, that particularly when people are under the pump, they're not going to sit in office hours and watch training, but they will do so at night, or they will do on their train journey on the way to work. So accessibility is really important, and there is somewhere to go for group training. This would be a simple navigation to a page which takes some basic details, and then somebody within Agile Business Consortium would ensure that was followed up properly. Group training, as we all know, is very high value, and it needs to be given a personal support. And then free access today. So really what we're doing is using this platform to build a database so we can be proactive in explaining, hey, look, these guys have just added more content, come and have a look and see what you think. And then we have social sharing through all of the various social media platforms. So that's the main homepage. I will just highlight at the top of this screen, you've got the website address, which is www.agiledojo.strikingly.com. Please come and have a look and a play. I'll go through just one section on Agile leadership. And Agile leadership, you will see, is broken down into the three main areas: tactical training, so tools and tips; learning pathways; and certified training. And just to explain what learning pathways actually looks like, build your skills and confidence one step at a time. And I've given some examples of some areas that we could cover, but we're all completely open here as to what you believe we should cover as well. So you've got Agile Leadership Fundamentals, Agile Leadership Advanced. There's probably an argument for Agile Leadership Intermediate skills, personal well-being, fast prototyping, managing upwards, developing an Agile team, developing an Agile culture. And then I've given an example of a leadership learning pathway so that anyone coming to the site goes, oh, brilliant. Okay, so there's a step-by-step way of building my skills, right? Because I don't know about you, but when I was in management, I was kind of, completely unskilled and completely unprepared. So I think this would be massive value for a lot of people who are thrown in a deep end often with Agile. So an introduction, sort of Agile leadership, an introduction, a little self-assessment. Maybe you've got a great little self-assessment that people can do about their strengths or even their weaknesses when it comes to leading people. The 7 pillars of individual engagement. This is some of the work that we do around what really makes people tick. And if you just can get 1 or 2 of those things firing, it makes a profound difference to people's engagement and performance. How to improve team engagement. I'm sure you've got lots of stuff about that. Google's 8 leadership behavior. So this is just one learning pathway where we're building skill. So I've learned some good stuff here. Now I need to actually apply it, making the theory a reality, and then practice. Some simple tools that'll help you practice as you go along. So that's a learning pathway. And again, ideally, once these learning pathways are live, we'll start getting people sending us little messages saying, look, it's really helped. It's clarified a few things, improved my confidence level. And that kind of social proof really does drive more, new people to this platform, and more new people engaging with the content. Now, the members also liked. This is very important. What tends to happen is if people have got real value from that learning pathway, then they'll definitely go to the next one that's most relevant to their particular situation. These are just examples. They will change over time as we get more and more feedback and input from you as to what naturally leads from that learning pathway to the next step. So maybe there should be Agile intermediate leadership skills, for example. So that's a learning pathway. And then finally, I'll just go back. Under Agile leadership, we've got the tactical training. I just wanted to show you an example of tactical training. So this is tools and tactics, and typically what we look at is, well, what are the trending topics? What is it that people like the most? And again, what we're doing is just giving people what they really want, because the videos that are being clicked on the most are the ones that obviously cover the greatest need. So any of these tactics should be short, sharp videos that really tell the story. So this is one of my videos. It's just an example, but it's about goal setting. It's no longer than 10 minutes. That's really important. And there's a downloadable PDF. There isn't actually a PDF to download, but in the real world, there will be a downloadable PDF that would help people with, making sure that they're using this more scientific approach to goal setting. So it turns the video into an active process. People have to physically write, and that embeds the learning much more strongly. And then, of course, similar to the learning pathways, some members also liked these other tactical training pieces. Now I'll just go back to the home page. In Agile culture, it's really important that people get to understand the fundamental difference between an Agile culture and a traditional work culture, and I think this is the place to be. So I love this this actual phrase, "Together we create," because actually it really reflects what Agile's about. And in Agile culture, we've got really the vision for the Agile Business Consortium, but a brief description of what we believe in Agile culture to be, and then bringing Agile culture to life. Agile culture DNA assessment tool and culture transformation. So developing an Agile culture. And again, there's not a lot of content in here at all. This is just the prototype. But the reality is that the more content that we get from you, the more powerful this tool becomes, the more people come to this tool, both at an individual and organizational level, and it just keeps snowballing from there. So that's pretty much it. The most important things really to reaffirm is that this platform puts value at the front door. It's about delivering value up front. It really is focused on solving people's challenges in the real world. It's a great showcase for the partners of the Agile Business Consortium, and it encourages sharing, which is really important. And the vision for this is it becomes the go-to place for not just skills building, but for solutions and for community within the Agile sphere. It's a powerful marketing tool for all of the contributors to the platform. And it is a very powerful database and rapport building platform too, particularly for our contributors as well as the Agile Business Consortium. So I hope you've enjoyed the run through. Please go and have a look at this prototype. And our goal is to get the first version of this up and running before Christmas. But what we will need is content. All right. So there's a big call for content that is going to make this site really flourish. So over to you. Look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care.